The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Pras says we do some sports concepts and rationalizations, and we call it the 10-minute drill. And at the end of the drill, Beef, what are we handing out today, friend?
We're going to get the weekend started for somebody by setting the mood for romance with a lovely floral arrangement from our friends over at Kuhn Flowers.
As I get ready to attend my 39th consecutive Florida-Georgia game, Pras, it's finally happened.
What's that?
The Ed factor has set in on me. I mix and match different games into one game.
Oh, you do?
Now cannot remember details of each and every game, and I'll tell you what I mean. Yesterday I was at the office, and on one of the ESPNers, they were showing the 92 Florida-Georgia game.
Okay, that's the Garrison-Hurst game.
Yeah, Shane's senior year. But for some reason, I thought the Garrison-Hurst game was the rain game.
No.
No, it's not the rain game.
No, I didn't.
It's not the Anthony Lott timeout game either.
That's the rain game.
That's the rain game.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm still good on those. Now, if you ask me about the 2013 game, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
The more recent ones are the ones I have a hard time
So I'm watching
with.
the 92 game, and I'm expecting – so Georgia scores I think his name was Rick Bohannon, caught a touchdown pass in the back of the end zone to make it 26-24. And the 92 game, by the way, that was Florida. That was Shane's senior year. Mm-hmm. Shane, the only quarterback, I think, in Gator history to beat 3-0 against Georgia.
Okay.
And they weren't near as good in 92 as they were in 90 and 91. Florida wasn't. And Georgia was
92 was the bridge year. They went like 9-4.
But they still made the SEC championship game because they beat
ranked
Georgia.
That was the first one.
Yes. So with the two freshmen, Odom and Green at tackle.
That's correct. And Georgia, by the way, Garrison-Hurst was out. The
Zaire,
Heisman leader.
Hurst, Hastings.
Yeah.
They were really
Andre
good
Hastings,
team.
a good NFL player, too.
Yes.
Steelers for Hastings?
Yeah. So
and by the way, Hurst was the Heisman leader going into the game.
Right.
He had a heck of a year.
And Florida totally shut him down. So I'm watching the end of the game, though. There's 4 minutes to go, and Georgia's got all the momentum. And the place, it's the old Gator Bowl, and they are in there, packed in there like sardines. It was beautiful, man. It warmed my cockles.
I remember being right down on the field when that one ended, and the Gator players were mocking Georgia. They were They were like doing the Heisman pose and then falling onto the ground. I was literally like right there at their feet.
I'll throw a name out. I don't know if I remember. I think we have video of Dave Barnard doing that. I could be
Barnard.
wrong.
I remember.
Again, I mix and match. So
I remember.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing a DB do it. I want to say it's Lawrence Wright, but I'm not sure he's on that team. So then I would be guilty.
But
of
anyway,
what you just,
a couple things I saw. There's 4 minutes left. It's 26-24 Florida, and Georgia has to kick off to them. They've just scored. They have all the momentum. The place is going nuts. And standing next to Spurdog is a young Danny Werfel. Mm-hmm. And they're signaling him plays. And Shane hits, rolls left, gets forced out of the pocket, hits Harrison Houston for a key first down on the drive, and they run the clock. And then they get another first down. They run the clock. And Georgia's using its timeouts. And then they have either a 2nd and 10 or a 3rd and 9, something like that. And dadgum Spurrier, he calls a quarterback draw, and Shane pops it, and it's for like 12 yards. But he gets right behind.
They get up and celebrate.
I think it was Kyle Rudolph. Was he maybe a fullback on that team? I'm not sure. Is that name not?
Kyle Rudolph plays for
the Vikings.
Kelvin Rudolph.
Kelvin Rudolph.
Yep.
Maybe
a
fullback for Florida.
Yeah, Kelvin Rudolph.
It might have been him. But anyway, Matthews maneuvers. It's open, and he maneuvers
takes it about the 35-yard line.
12 yards. They get it down. It's almost up to midfield. They got 3 first downs. They killed the clock. Georgia couldn't stop them, and the game was over. And I kept waiting because I said, I'm waiting for Georgia to get the ball in the timeout, and that never happened.
Those games
Those
games run together, that 92 game. The 91 game is the game where it was like 35 degrees.
That was the cold one?
That was the cold
92 game was on Halloween because I saw the date.
Yeah.
And
91 was the cold one. 92 was that one. 93 was the rain game.
Yeah, 90 and 91 were blowouts. That was Spurrier. Welcome back to the series. You guys can't stop. And Matthews had 9 touchdowns, no picks against Georgia. He was tremendous. And he threw for 301 yards in his senior year. And that was a year that ended for Florida in the Gator Bowl against NC State, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Eric Rett may have set the Gator Bowl rushing record that night.
So anyway, I just wanted to officially announce that I have now mixed and matched results through the years.
Yeah,
it's
that's
official
easy to
now
do.
after 39 years of attending or 38 years of attending, it's hard to keep them all in
It's hard for me
order.
to keep them straight when I was in school, but it seemed like in the period between 85 and 89, except for the win in 86, Florida lost all the games 26-3. I would tell you that the score of all the games were 26-3.
Well, we did have two.
That's not accurate.
We did have two 26-21s in a row, and then my first one ever we've determined was the 82-44 nothing game, and that was also a rather chilly game in the second half as the sun went down.
I love the Googans on the text line.
Yes.
The DB that did the Del Spear. Totally believable.
Very nice. Probably was.
Yeah.
Del Spear played in the NFL for a while.
Del Spear, didn't his brother play for the Gators? Did he have a brother played for the Gators?
Also don't know. I would tell you yes. That'd be
Seems
James
like he
Spear.
did, or at least another guy with the same last name. Maybe
Yeah.
I just we're going deep, man. This 30 years.
Yeah, I do remember Del Unser, outfielder for the Phillies and the Mets.
Al Unser's brother.
No relation.
Dan, I'm not really sure what the Silver Slugger is, but I guess I operated this entire baseball season under a misconception.
Yes.
My conception of this baseball season was the most ferocious, toughest to get out, most stressful lineup, and I had to live it through 7 games in the NLCS, was the Los Angeles Dodgers. It seemed like every single player that came up was capable of beating you right then and there.
Yes.
And then the Silver Slugger was announced, and little did I know that instead it was my Braves team that carried that mantle.
Didn't get that message.
Man, I sure wish that Mike Soroka hadn't gotten hurt. Apparently, we would have been a shoe-in, easy World Series champ. The Braves, with 9 Silver Sluggers available in the National League, collected 4 of them.
4 of them.
4 of the 9. Travis d'Arnaud, a catcher.
Freddie Freeman.
Ronald Acuna, who, by the way, Ronald Acuna now has 2 Silver Sluggers, okay? He's been in the league 10 minutes. Freddie Freeman
What is
won
it best
his
batting average at the position?
No, it is.
It's voted on.
It's voted on.
By
like
managers
Glove.
and coaches.
Oh.
And it's got the parameters include.
I know Murph won a couple Silver Sluggers.
It includes the analytics, your numbers, and then it also includes just as an opposing manager, your feel of what it is.
Okay.
Well, Jeff and I were talking. I was looking at the list, the history, and to win more than like 2 in a row, like during that period where you won, like it's clear, it's hands that you were the man.
Who was the other one? You said there were 4.
Yeah, it was Acuna, Freeman, d'Arnaud, and Ozuna.
Ozuna won.
They didn't have a pitcher, so the DH got it in the NL.
Oh, wow.
Usually there's a pitcher Silver Slugger, but obviously that didn't apply this season.
That's impressive.
The Silver Slugger. The pitcher usually gets a Silver Slugger.
Yeah, the pitcher usually gets a Silver Slugger. It's the 9 positions, but they shifted it to a DH this year without a pitcher available.
I'm not seeing
I know that because my guy Jake Arrieta got one, and Carlos Zambrano won like 3 in a row.
I'm not seeing many Silver Sluggers with the Medis. We haven't won a Silver Slugger since Yo won it in 16.
Well, I was doing some research, guys.
Hop out of that. Beef gave me hop out of your Silver Slugger page there for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beef
I was
wanted
doing some
to
research.
test our knowledge.
Okay.
That was the second for Freddie Freeman.
But it's kind of a popularity vote, right?
Is it?
Well, to a point.
To a degree.
I mean, you might have arguments over. Why did Pete Alonso win a Silver Slugger last year? He had 53 home runs.
Who won for the first base? I don't know.
Probably Freddie.
Well,
it was Freddie.
Well, listen. In 2016, Chris Bryant was the NL MVP. You know who got the Silver Slugger?
Who?
Nolan Arenado.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's not
It's a
necessarily.
strict offensive award.
It's strict
though.
for hitting.
Okay.
It's
All
just
right.
hitting.
I think for the most part, they're using your OPS, your average, your home runs. I think that's what's tallied.
Here's my question for you guys. I'm looking at the top 10 list.
Okay.
I want you to tell me the guys who have the most Silver Slugger.
Now, how long has the Silver Slugger?
1980 was the first time it was awarded.
It's not Hank Aaron.
I will say,
I'd say Schmidt.
The top 10 guys, number 1 has 12, and there's a large tie for 7th place with 7. So the top 10 is at least 7 career Silver Slugger awards. Griffey is on the list. Griffey is among those tied for 7th with 7 Silver Slugger awards. Pujols is also on the list.
Bonds.
No, you know what? Pujols is not on the list.
Bonds.
Sorry. Barry Bonds is the guy with 12.
Yeah. What about
Bonds has 12.
What about Schmidt?
Mike Schmidt, not on the list.
Really? He didn't win 7 in the 80s?
Didn't he have most home runs like for 4 different presidents?
What about Trout?
Yeah.
Trout is among those with 7.
Yeah. So we got the 12 and we're getting the 7s. All right.
Michael Jack Schmidt had 6 Silver Slugger awards.
All right. So it's guys who have owned their position too.
Yes, correct.
Like who was is there a catcher year to year?
There is some of that.
Piazza.
Mikey P, 10.
I should get
second
that.
all time.
Yeah, for sure.
And the guy in third with 9 is another guy who dominated a position.
What about Sandberg?
For a long swath of time.
What about your guy, Rhino?
Rhino is among those with 7.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Is there a shortstop?
There is a shortstop.
A-Rod.
A-Rod is among those with 7.
Yeah.
He is not the guy that's in third all time with 9.
Not Jeets, because he wasn't.
What about?
Yeah, you got to go back.
What about McGuire? No, but he probably had to go against Pujols a lot of years.
Yeah. Well, I don't think McGuire was viewed as a great hitter.
No. It's got to be an outfielder then.
It's not.
It's not?
Third all time, 9th. It's an infielder who dominated his position.
Well, we went through
for about a decade in the 90s.
Is it third base?
90s.
Is it third base?
Shortstop.
Shortstop of the 90s.
90s.
Hold on.
And I said I didn't use Jeets. So.
No, it wasn't Jeets. Jeets didn't make the top 10.
In the 90s. Who's the 90s guy? It's got to be
Derek Jeter, for the record, has 5 Silver Slugger awards.
Must be Omar Vizquel.
I was thinking Ozzie Smith. He's probably gone by then. So the 90s, that's the Braves. So let me think about who the Braves were playing.
This one, like, this was what I was like, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it an American League guy?
No, it's a National League guy.
Oh, is it really?
Okay, hold on.
We'll get it.
Hold on. Let's settle down here. All right. Well, it ain't a Met. It ain't a Brave.
Not a Met.
Philly,
not a Brave.
It ain't a Philly. No shortstop comes to mind. Ain't a Marlin.
Couldn't be Jimmy Rollins.
He's a world champion.
Too early? Jimmy Rollins?
Hey, not 9?
He's a 9-time Silver Slugger. He's a world champion.
Now we're brain farting. It's not a...
Well, I can tell you the world champions from the National League in the 90s.
Okay.
The Braves.
Yeah.
The Marlins.
Yeah.
What about Miguel Cabrera? Is he playing?
No.
Nah, not playing short.
He's not short.
He never played short back with the dot. No.
Maybe think of the first NL champion of the 90s.
The Braves.
No.
Oh, the
Phillies. 90s. No. Of the 90s.
1990. Who won the world championship?
Oh, Barry Larkin.
There we go.
Yeah.
Barry Larkin. 9 Silver Slugger awards for Larkin.
All right. That was
the others, Boggs, Ripken, Manram with 8. And then in that group of 7, Pudge, Rhino, A-Rod, Griffey, Vlad.
I have never.
Tony Gwynn, Mike Trout, Big
the
Papi.
Mets. Maybe it's because the Mets don't win them. But do you guys? I mean, I know the award, but I don't know much. Like, do you pay attention to the Silver Slugger?
Only when it's your guys, you go, oh, cool.
Yeah,
just like
right.
the Gold Glove. You're like, oh, neat.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably.
Hey, Beef, we have breaking news out of Central Florida.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, this is coming hot off the presses in Orlando.
Wow, holy cow.
They've got the pain out at UCF. UCF has claimed the election.
They did it.
Stop.
UCF says they're president now.
Now, listen, I know he's been gone for a couple of years, but will they send a ring to Scott Frost?
They may. I don't know, but they're going to paint it up. The 2020 president, the University of Central Florida.
They did it. Good job, guys.
Congratulations, Knights. The hits just keep on coming. I stole that. Somebody sent me that meme on the text line. I appreciated that. It made me chuckle. Dan, if I ask you, I wish I had asked you this question when it wasn't so in front of mind.
Uh-huh.
But if I ask you last Wednesday to name the top 5 receivers in the NFL, who would you have said?
Well, I would have said Keenan Allen.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know you would have. My point,
I would say Julio.
Yeah, Julio.
I would say
DeAndre Hopkins.
DK Metcalf is a guy.
DK Metcalf's really coming on.
Devontae Adams.
Tyreek Hill.
He's a great player. But Diggs is having a great year.
I guess the guy that I'm saying, though, is it rightfully never is not included up there as much, and now he's just making it impossible not to, is the guy who had 10 for 174 in a score last night. Devontae Adams deserves to be in the top 2.
Yes.
I mean, right now he's the best receiver in the league. I don't care what the numbers are.
Yeah.
This guy dominates football games every time he's healthy and playing,
he's
it seems
good.
like.
He's a great player.
And he does lead in touchdown catches with 8.
You know what it is? It's the guys, though, like these guys, and I'm not saying Devontae Adams has been coming, right? I mean, he's a good, he's a Pro Bowl.
Well, I think if you looked at the 2019 stats, you would be surprised where Devontae Adams landed in the receiving leaders.
I think
number 2.
No, not last year. 2 years ago, he was tremendous. Last year, he had 83 for 997.
2 years ago, it's the 100 and something.
111 for 1386 and 13.
So how many games did he play last year? Must have been hurt.
12.
Yeah, so he missed 4 games.
But part of greatness is availability.
Sure it is. And something that Michael Thomas hasn't been this year, or Mike Evans, or others.
Mike Thomas is a forgotten guy.
Correct.
And Mike Thomas, by the way,
there's something going on. He got paid.
Well, it's not just that. There's something about Mike Thomas He's a great receiver, but is he kind of you forget about him when you mention the best receivers in the game? Because
I think we're doing that this year because he's not playing.
Okay.
I mean, when we had this last year, he always comes to mind.
All right. But yes, Davante Adams is up there. But all these guys. But my point is at receiver, it's guys who do it year in and year out, and that's DeAndre Hopkins, and that is
it's Michael
Julio
Thomas till this year,
and Michael Thomas.
Antonio Brown was that guy.
Yeah.
Mike Evans has been that guy.
Now you can say, welcome to the party, DK Metcalf, Davante Adams. Your guy Calvin Ridley's having a nice year. Stephon Diggs is having a very good year. But you got to do it year in and year out.
It's just been my sense, and maybe some of mine is predicated on fantasy football. I still play fantasy football.
Yeah.
And in the draft, Davante Adams is never the first or second receiver taken. He's fifth or sixth.
Right.
And probably was again this year. And those offensive pieces for the
it's a great
for the Packers, because Aaron Jones is also really good. He's underrated as a running back.
You know who else is really good receiver, I think? And Tyler Lockett.
Sure. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Good receiver, man.
He's had 253 touchdown games this year, which I think has only happened once before.
Has he ever had a big year, like a 90-pluser? What's a great year for a receiver?
A great receiver?
Yeah. Good.
100 catches, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns.
All right.
That's a great year.
Tyler Lockett's gone 51, 41, 45, 57, 82 last year, and he's up to 50 this year. So he's headed towards that again. But an 8 and 7 and 10 touchdowns, so he gets in the end zone. For what he is, which he's not the biggest cat, he's a little dude, man. He is a heck of a receiver, though.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What a great compliment to Metcalf, who, again, the scouts missed.
What's most impressive about Tyler Lockett is that he stopped the string of Locketts. Remember, there was like a Lockett coming in every year. It was Kevin Lockett. There were literally like 4 or 5 Locketts from Kansas State.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of them way back wasn't Tyler Lockett's dad.
Probably was.
But those Locketts have matriculated out of Kansas State a bunch through the years. So, but I just thought, by the way, Green Bay just throttled the 49ers last night. I don't think you can make too much of this as a statement from Green Bay any more than you can read into their blowout loss in Tampa as being a statement on Green Bay. It was just one of those deals. And, again, sometimes injuries are an excuse. And sometimes they're a reason. And right now, there is a reason the 49ers are really struggling. And that reason is I've never seen, Dan, an offense so down as many playmakers as they were last night.
Kevin Lockett is Tyler Lockett's dad. His uncle Aaron Lockett also played at Kansas State.
Yeah.
So.
Kevin Lockett played in the league, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's Tyler Lockett's dad.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're getting old, when it seems like they're brothers.
Not brothers.
At all.
So, but yes, Green Bay, though, is on track. They're very good. They, to me, are one of those teams that could be a Super Bowl team. I see Green Bay in the mix, just like they were last year. Playing for a chance to maybe – I would bet bottom dollar Green Bay will be in a playoff game in which, if they win, will put them in the NFC Championship game. That's how I feel about Green Bay. Do you agree?
I think that Green Bay, because they're going to win. Although, it'll be a little different this year with the new playoff seeding.
I understand, but I say Green Bay is playing whatever. I know this.
I'm not ready to say they'll be in the NFC Championship game. No.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said they'll be in a playoff game, which, if they win, will put them in the NFC Championship game.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying about Green Bay.
That I think that applies to almost every team in the playoffs.
No, that'd be 4 teams.
Oh, because of the new –
That's
like
what
in the
I'm
old
say.
days, if you had a bye, you only played one game and you were playing to get in.
Well, it might just be one game. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
You're one of the top. Well, yeah,
Not
so maybe
anymore.
Green Bay might be 12-4 at the end of the year.
Yeah, but still you have to win 2 to get to the championship game this year with the increased field.
Okay.
Either way. And it looks like, by the way, that field, and we'll conclude with this, is going to be up to 8 teams. And if it goes to 8, you know what they're going to do?
Put the Jags in?
No.
Jags Jets for the right for Trevor?
No, it'd have to go to 32 to do that. If they do go to 8 teams, they are going to eliminate the advantage of a division winner in the seeding. In other words, if the Eagles go 6-9-1 in the one division, they're the 8 seed, not the 4 seed.
Oh,
which is how it should be.
Good,
especially in a year like this.
It's going to be. Look, there are a lot of, like I said, San Francisco unfortunately is out of the Derby because of the injuries, and I don't think Garoppolo will probably play again this year. I think they're going to lose a couple games. I haven't even peeked at their schedule.
Kittle,
but
they don't have Mostert, they don't have Coleman.
They're in a division which they got the Saints next, then they got the Rams, then they got the Bills.
Oh, yeah, they're so screwed.
They do have Washington in Dallas, but they also have the Cardinals and Seahawks left.
Too late. They're going to. You're right. The 6-10 is probably what
they're in the 6-10 Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Injuries got them.
Yeah, I don't know if the Super Bowl hangover so much as the Super Bowl flu. They got hit by it because they were doing fine until.
Yeah, they were doing okay, but they were still in last place.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, at 4-3.
Lost to the Cardinals healthy to start the season. Beat the Jets and the Giants, whoopee. Then lost to the Eagles. Lost to the Dolphins at home, got annihilated.
Yeah.
Came back and beat the Rams and Patriots and seemingly said then lost to the Seahawks and the Packers, and now they've
got a tough schedule, boy. You have some tough schedule.
If you're in the West, man, you got.
All right, the Songbird is ready to sing. We're going to put a musical spin on Florida, Georgia when we return.
Just an observation.
It's an ode to the Peach State, you're telling me.
Absolutely.
Kind of an ode to the
100%.
Peach. I know you Georgia fans complain sometimes that it's too Gator-centric here.
Not today.
You know, if you feel like it should be Georgia-Florida week, not Florida-Georgia week. But apparently, Dan has gone to a lot of hard work and effort to make sure that you feel welcomed at this year's game.
I think I've sort of produced up a segment.
You've cultivated a playlist of songs that, frankly, Georgia's inspired a lot of classics.
That's right. So that's coming up next. And also, Beef, let's go caller number 5 at 641-1010. 641-1010, and tell them what they're going to win, friend.
Caller number 5 right now is 641-1010. Going to make someone's day with a lovely floral arrangement delivered by Kuhn Flowers. Call now.